Francis Schaefer Redfield. I would like to discuss a little bit about the NRCS Soil Survey, which the counties use as a taxing instrument for ag land. So what I've done is I've pulled up Google. I'm going to go to the Soil Data Mart, and I'm going to go to Web Soil Survey Home. Now it says Start Web Soil Survey. That's what this stands for. So I'm going to start the Web Soil Survey. So it wants to know soil survey area. So I'm going to hit the drop down there, and I'm going to select state, South Dakota. And the state with the most recent controversy is Brown. So I'm going to select Brown. I'm going to set that as my area of interest. And then I'm going to scroll up here and go to Soil Map. Now, it's loading the soil map. I'm going to hit scale because I want the scale to show up. Okay. So that's 1 to 385,000. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in to an area in Brown County, close to Spink County. Doesn't matter, you can zoom in anywhere. We're along Highway 281. And you can, the orange lines are the soil lines. Now, we're at a scale of 1 to 73,000. I'm going to zoom in again. I'm at 1 to 24,000. Now I'm going to zoom in on a section of land. And I'm going to zoom in on this section of land right here. That puts us at 1 to 7,500. Now, the soil survey gives a warning, and they used to indicate that the warning was at the top, but now it's down at the bottom. And this is the warning. Soil map may not be valid at this scale. You've zoomed in beyond the scale at which the soil map for this area is intended to be used. Mapping of soils is done at a particular scale. The soil surveys that comprise your AOI, area of interest, were mapped at 1 to 20,000. The design of map units and the level of detail shown in the resulting soil map are dependent on that map scale. Enlargement of maps beyond the scale of mapping can cause misunderstanding of the detail of mapping and accuracy of soil line placement. The maps do not show the small areas of contrasting soils that could have been shown at a more detailed scale. Basically, what that's telling everyone is that this is not to be used if you zoom in past 1 to 20,000. Now, most farmers don't farm a single contiguous area that large. They'll farm quarters, 80s, half sections. There are a few who farm sections, but very few. And you can see that simply because of the different crops showing up in the background map. Now, the state allows the counties to use this instrument for taxing purposes, as each soil is assigned a crop productivity index number from 0 to 1. That number is not based on any recorded yield information from anyone. It is a formula. It also does not include a plant by date, which is incredibly important for certain crops. Corn in particular needs to be planted by a certain date or the yield potential drops off. So they are telling us with that warning that this instrument is not to be used beyond the scale for which it was designed because of the minor inclusions. So let's go to this scale. Now, I don't know about you, but I can see color tone difference here, then right here, and right here. That's the growing crop telling you something about how it's being treated in the environment it's in. These maps are not nearly accurate enough to be used for any kind of farming practices, nor should they be used for taxing purposes, simply because the warning shows up. That warning tells us not to use it beyond the scale for which it was designed. I wish I could get somebody to listen to me on this, because this is a serious problem, in my opinion, going forward until this gets resolved. You know, the legal implications of using an instrument beyond which it is designed for taxing purposes could get challenged, ought to get challenged. This is Francis Schaefer. Thanks for listening.